Who wants to go first?
I can go.
Ms. Farkas go first.
I'm ready to
Ms.
go.
Farkas? Hold on a second, let me get,
She may be first on the list anyway, Your Honor.
you want to just go down your list, Ms. Farkas?
That works for me, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll start with Nicholas Kramer. We're going to go in and we're going to go down the list. Some of them are in. Right? Which one is that?
Steve, did I hear you say you have a warrant for somebody?
Ms.
Good
Farkas?
afternoon, Your Honor. This is Nicholas Kramer, docket 2024 CF0080. I've already met with Mr. Kramer and filed a demand for discovery on February 5th and spoken with the state attorney about this. He'd like to enter a plea of not guilty.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea and we'll come back on April 8th. We set it for 8th, the April, pretty well, right? Madam Clerk?
Yes,
April 8th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay.
Inmate Diaz.
Ted Diaz,
We gotta load them into the feed.
Yeah.
Okay.
be loading.
We have a substitute booking, so
It's all right. You want to do Jareel Drones, Ms. Farkas? That's out of custody.
I believe he's Mr. Medina's client, actually. I know it says mine, but I think
Oh,
that's...
it actually has no attorney.
Oh.
Which
Diaz and Nunez.
Okay.
We could do Ms. Falduto. I filed a waiver of appearance for her.
I'm sorry, give me the name again.
Sorry, Falduto, F-A-L.
Gotcha.
Docket 2023 CF2849.
Okay.
I spoke with the state attorney about the situation. Ms. Falduto is in hospice, so we will just
You
continue.
entered a not guilty plea?
No, I'd like to enter a not guilty plea, and then I can have my assistant file a written not guilty plea.
Very good. And we'll come back. You want to just do April 8th?
We can do that, and I'll keep the state attorney
Figure
updated.
out kind of where things are going. Okay.
Thank you.
Diaz Nunez?
Yep, right here. You're all over. Just find it right here and wait for them, right? Back and go through it more. Everybody.
Your Honor, James Ryder.
Thank you for being here, Madam Clerk. We're going to swear in the interpreter.
Please state your name.
James Ryder.
Do you agree to accurately translate from English to Spanish and from Spanish into English that matters for the report so that we don't?
I do.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here, sir.
My pleasure, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this, I'm sorry, this is
Talk a little
Mr.
slower so that the interpreter can interpret simultaneously.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Mr. Diaz Nunez, docket 2024 CF0054. Mr. Diaz Nunez, I believe he's already entered oh no, we're entering a plea of not guilty now. We've received some body camera footage already at the end of January, so we're moving along.
Very good. So we'll enter a not guilty plea and we'll continue until 4/10, April 10th at 9 a.m.
And if I could just let Mr. Diaz Nunez know, I'm going to meet with him tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Diaz Rodriguez.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Diaz Rodriguez, 2024 CF 0047. Mr. Diaz Rodriguez would like to enter a plea of not guilty and request the next court date.
Court will enter the not guilty plea here today, and we'll continue this matter until the pretrial on April 10th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor, I appreciate it.
So the next, Steve, the next one on the list is, don't have an attorney, you want to just bring him out though? The
Donaldson?
Taylor Dixon.
Dixon? I thought we,
We took care of Mr. Dixon this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, gotcha.
Donaldson? Is that?
Yes, we took care of Mr. Donaldson cases a couple days ago.
Right.
I think that one of them was still left on the docket for today, which is why you were transported, Mr. Donaldson.
Okay.
So,
We don't need Donaldson.
we don't.
Last name? Ellis?
Ellis.
Ellis?
How you doing, man?
Okay. Your Honor, this is Michael Ellis, docket 2024 CF 0003. Mr. Ellis would like to enter a plea of not guilty. Request the next court date.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea, continue this matter until April 10th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next is Beckety. I hadn't, the doctor had you, so.
Oh, okay.
One moment.
No, this, he's unrepresented.
Yeah, you can bring him out though.
It's okay,
If he's out there,
Thank
just
you.
go ahead and take him.
To the podium, sir.
Your Honor, this is State versus Aaron Feckety, case number 23 CF 2817. He is charged with 5 counts of possession of a controlled substance.
Mr. Feckety, you do have a right with these new charges to have an attorney appointed or to be represented by counsel. You can either hire your own attorney or one will be appointed if you cannot afford it. If you wish to have an attorney appointed, you can hire yours.
Yes, sir. I don't know why I don't have one, a public defender yet.
Okay. Well, it's a new charge, that's why. Today's the day you would get it, or either that or first appearance.
Okay.
So the court will appoint the public defender. I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. That just preserves your rights.
Yes, sir.
And we'll come back on our pretrial, which is continuing until April 10th. In the meantime, the public defender will be in contact and figure out what your options are, okay?
Okay, yes, sir. And do you know who my public defender would
It's me.
be?
Hi, sorry, I was just coming up. No problem. Thanks, Your Honor.
Y'all have a good day.
So what's the next inmate you have, Steve? Hart? This is
And we have Jessica, in order, Jessica Baum, Thomas Brundage, and Misty Hart are the 3 remaining inmates, all recommended by Mr. Medina.
Misty Hart's not.
Hart is Gates.
Or, sorry, Travis Gates, yes.
so what is the order?
61 is Jessica Baum, 62 is Thomas Brundage, those are both Mr. Medina's, and then 69 is Mr. Hart, or Misty Hart for Mr. Gates.
I thought of this, I don't know if that's actually the docket number.
Oh, yeah, that's in order by the transport list, Judge.
And I can take mine whenever you're ready, Your Honor. in
Let's
any
go ahead.
order.
Mr. Hart?
We can take Ms. Hart.
Take Hart, three applications.
Ms. Fargus, after we're through with this inmate, we'll do the out of custody in your order.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Just, we had to add on two, Harry Andrews and Payne, was that both Mr. Medina?
Mr. Medina's.
Awesome.
In Your Honor, on Kenneth Jacobs, I was informed he's on his way from the
He's on
north end.
upstairs now.
I went in and filed a plea not guilty for him, just in abundance of caution, so I will talk with him when he comes up.
And then, Your Honor, I have an issue when Mr. Gates is done with Ms. Hart.
Is there a change?
And on the Jacobs, we'll come back on, continue to April 8th.
Yes, Your Honor. And that's probably Mr. Jacobs there. Mr. Jacobs?
Nope, that's not the ID that I was sent.
Oh.
Okay, Your Honor, sorry,
Yes.
while we wait, I have a client, Jaron Carson. He's on the docket today. He has a VOP that's on the docket, and then he has a new case
Yes.
that's already set for arraignment on March 14th. Apparently, he wasn't transported today. I don't know why.
You're talking, you're
Sorry.
saying he was on, I'm confused.
That's okay. Jaron Carson is on the docket today for a
For what?
VOP.
I have several dockets. I actually have 3 dockets.
Yes, for a
You're
VOP.
talking about a VOP this morning?
Yes.
So who is it?
Jaron Carson, Carson.
I don't have a Carson on my docket.
Oh, He was,
Correct.
I just checked on Benchmark and was supposed to be brought today.
Do you have a case number?
2022 CF 1778. Sorry, we can address it when Mr. Gates is done if you'd like.
Your Honor, this is going to be Misty Hart before the court. At this time, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. We do have a bond hearing scheduled for March the 14th. So if we can continue this to the April 10th docket, but Ms. Hart knows she's coming back in March for a bond hearing.
Very good. Court will enter a not guilty plea here today, and we'll continue this matter till April 10th, 9 a.m.
All right.
So, Madam Clerk, could you look at the Carson?
I'm not sure what it's on the docket. Scheduled for a violation of probation hearing.
I apologize that I didn't catch that it wasn't on the
It's not
docket.
on my docket, so it's not. So have you been appointed?
Yes, Your Honor, to both the VOP and then the new law charge as well.
Is this the first time up for this?
Yes, Your Honor. So I'll enter a denial on his behalf, and I can have my assistant file a written one.
Okay, very
We'll
good.
do written denials.
And then-
Okay,
What?
nothing, sorry, Your Honor.
Speak up, Mr. Chair.
He was just letting me know that I shouldn't do a written denial for
We
a
don't
VOP.
typically do written denials for the VOPs.
But can we do them in open court? Do they have to be?
Yeah, Your Honor, I think
I was
given,
actually thinking the same thing.
yes, Your Honor, essentially, we can just do a denial of the VOP. He's coming in on March 14th for arraignment. We can probably address it again there if the court feels more comfortable as well.
Well, I mean, if there's any, the denial preserves his rights anyway.
Correct.
If it was the other way around, then that might be a problem, but in this case, it's a denial. If he wants to change it to an admission, I'm sure the state would be happy to accommodate. So we'll continue this until March 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So, I'm going to go through some that I have on here that do not have, they're out of custody. Is a Michael Evans here? Ms. Farkas, is one of your cases that I have.
I don't believe he is, Your Honor.
Is-
If we could pass him for now.
Okay, well, we're not going to be here much longer, so I'll pass it until the end.
Thank you.
Is William Finkley here? Would the state look and see whether Mr. Finkley was properly noticed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, there's a notice to appear filed here on January 3rd.
For appearance today?
I'm just double checking the date to make sure it's correct.
Okay, thanks.
Cameron Bonding Board, reflects Tuesday state.
State,
The state would ask for a KPS, Your Honor.
order of no bond habeas. Is it Kenneth Glenn here?
Your Honor, Kenneth Glenn is represented by the Public
That's
Defender's
you,
Office.
that's right.
I filed a written plea not guilty in this case. I told him to come back on April the 8th.
Very good. And then you just want to go down the rest here. Franklin Green,
Yes, Your Honor, I thought we were going to do Ms. Farkas is out of custody. Did we skip those?
I think I only have Michael Evans.
Okay. And yes, Your Honor, I can go down the list as the court would like.
yeah, go ahead.
I'll let the court call, that way I can make sure to follow along.
Franklin Green,
Your Honor, Mr. Green is coming up. Mr. Green's before the court in 23 CF 2851, 23 CF 2852. There's also 24 CF 234 that's not on the docket for today, that's scheduled for March the 14th, but we will be addressing that case today. We do have a plea agreement to be filed in his case. Case is, if I may approach, Your Honor.
May. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Would you please announce the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Green will be entering a plea of no contest as charged in 23 CF 2851 and 23 CF 2852. In exchange for the plea in those two cases, the state will be dismissing case number 24 CF 234. He'll be adjudicated guilty in all counts and cases. In 23 CF 2851, 6 months of community control concurrent. That'll be followed by 24 months of probation concurrent. Waive costs of supervision, $515 court costs, $150 public defender fee. Mr. Green is subject to the GPS requirement, and that'll be set at the lowest permissible cost per day. And 23 CF 2852, count 1, 6 months of community control concurrent, followed by 24 months of probation concurrent. Total of 30 months of probation between the felony counts, all running at the same time. Waive costs of supervision. Count 2, which is a misdemeanor, time served. 615 in court cost, 100 public defender fee, 48 hours of community service work. We'd ask the court to allow Mr. Green to buy that out at the standard rate. Substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, any recommended treatment within 60 days, and then random hair analysis.
And that is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, so, Mr. Green, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see those same terms are written out in your written plea agreement that you have signed. So have you read this closely?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over it in detail with your attorney? Make sure you had all your legal questions answered.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that by entering this plea, this will be a final resolution of your case, and you're waiving the right to go to a trial, and waiving actually several of your rights in order to get a final resolution. Is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, sir.
You've had all your legal questions answered by your attorney about this.
Yes, sir.
You believe it's in your best interest to enter into this plea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Point of clarification, counsel, I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I want to make
Yes,
sure it's
sir.
clear. When you have 6 months community control concurrent, and it's concurrent with the other case, not concurrent with the 24 months of probation.
No, Your Honor.
So what you've got is you've got two cases, 6 months community control followed by 2 years probation. Those two will track
Yes, Your Honor.
concurrently at the same time. So it's a 6-month community control, 2 years probation, right? Is that your understanding, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Want to make sure we're all clear what we're doing here. So court, based upon your testimony and that clarification, court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt on all counts, except of course with the 24 CF 234, that's the count that the state is dismissing in exchange for the plea. Is that
That is
correct?
correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So in 23 CF 2851, court's ordering you, sentencing you to 6 months community control, followed by 24 months of probation. You've got court costs and fees and a GPS. In 23 CF 2852, in count 1, identical, 6 months community control, followed by 24 months probation. Those two are concurrent with each other, the 2851 and 2852. In addition, you've got, again, fees and costs. And this one, you've got community service hours, and then substance abuse evaluation, and any recommended treatment, and random UAs. So, the one thing I would say to you, I'm not trying to scare you, but I just want you to understand how this goes. When you go, you generally have probation, then it elevates to community control. That's more restrictive, right? It's kind of house arrest, right? You know what the next thing is? If you violate here, they're going to come back and ask for jail.
Right.
Or prison.
Yes.
I'm just saying that to you. Look, once you be successful, you need to get up every morning, figure out how to get this done. Okay, so you can be free. You got enough people, got our jails are full. Got plenty of people. I'm serious.
Yes.
So once you be successful, you gotta pay attention every day. It's gotta be your number one priority, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Sir, you do have 30 days to appeal this, even though you just entered into the plea.
And Your Honor, just so the court's understanding of the statute, with the failure to register stuff, statutorily they're required on the first offense to have 6 months community control followed by probation. I think the second offense is 12 months, and third, I think, is 24. So that's the reason we started with community controls, because it's statutorily required.
Okay, very good. So, next one is Joseph, well, I've got a no attorney. Is Joseph Harding here? While we do the next one for Mr. Gates with the state, look at whether there was proper service on that. So we'll pull up Austin Hayes. Mr. Gates, that's one of yours.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, this is Mr. Hayes before the court. If I may approach with a plea agreement.
Okay.
Mr. Hayes' firearm was seized as part of the arrest. The state's agreed to returning the firearm not to Mr. Hayes, but to his father upon proper proof of identification.
Would you please announce the vote?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hayes will be entering a plea of no contest as charged. It's going to be withhold of adjudication, placed on 24 months of probation, waive the cost of supervision, $615 court costs, $150 public defender fee, required to do a substance abuse evaluation within 30 days, and you recommend treatment within 60 days, random urinalysis, 24 hours of community service work, maintain gainful employment, or complete 10 job applications per week.
Very good. State?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is in agreement with that plea.
Mr. Hayes, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Hayes, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see those terms are contained in this written plea agreement you signed. Did you read this closely?
Yes, I did.
And you go over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Did you have all your legal questions answered?
Yes, I
You
did.
believe it's in your best interest to enter into this plea?
Yes, I do.
And you understand you're waiving the right to go to a trial and waive some other valuable legal right? You good with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. There'll be a withholding of adjudication, and you'll be sentenced to 24 months of probation. Cost of supervision will be waived. There's fees and costs. There's also a substance abuse evaluation required within 30 days. Treatment in 60 if they recommend it. And then 24 hours community service and gainful employment. So, any questions regarding any of that?
No, sir.
Very good. Good luck. And you have 30 days to appeal this even though you send it in.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And I just signed your unopposed order to return property seized.
Okay.
Call my office and we'll send you a copy of that order.
All right.
And we were waiting for an answer.
Krupka?
Yes, Your Honor. James Krupka.
Just tell them that
I don't see Mrs. Krupka here, Your Honor, if I can pass him for a little bit. I know that we were looking for Mr. Hart, Joseph Hart, an answer on that, whether we got notice.
So in the arrest report, there's a notice, however, we don't see an actual notice to appear in the clerk's site. The only notice to appear is for the attorneys in benchmark in the clerk's site.
Well, you don't have any attorneys. That make it kind of hard.
Oh, to the prosecutor, I
And
apologize.
he posted an ROR bond, Judge, so he didn't even go through a bondsman.
Okay. So,
And the court date is listed on the ROR bond.
Mr. Gates isn't going to help you all out. I think you knew that. ROR bond has the information on it.
February 15th, 1:30.
Yeah, okay, well, that is right.
Okay.
That wasn't following up, but where'd that come
So was he provided notice, counsel?
from? Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, it's on the ROR bond paperwork.
So what are we going to do?
The state's going to request a capias.
Court will grant and no bond capias. Okay. Is Veronica Jones here? Would the state announce this is without an attorney?
Your Honor, this is State versus Veronica Jones, case number 23CF1383, charged with, make sure I have the right case here. Misrepresentation or failure to disclose a public aid over $200.
Very good. Ms. Jones, as you've heard throughout the day here today, you do have the right, first of all, to have an attorney. If you can't afford one will be appointed. Do you wish me to appoint the public defender, or are you going to hire private counsel?
No, I need one appointed.
The court will appoint the public defender. You do need to fill out the application before you leave here today. The court's going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea in your behalf. They'll preserve your rights, so you have a chance to talk with your attorney and figure out kind of where you're going with all this.
Veronica Jones.
We'll continue this matter until April 8th at 9 a.m. That's your next court hearing. Meet with your attorney in the end.
Your Honor, and if I can, does the state have an offer that I can make a note of for Ms. Jones? Is there an offer?
Is there an offer?
There's currently no offer. The state
If
is
you'll,
still
if you'll work on that between now and, before the next hearing.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
This case.
So everything else,
answer
yes or no on all the questions.
Seemed to
Don't
lend
leave it
itself.
till you hand that back to me.
Yes.
Potential.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
I want to make sure. Yeah. let me show.
Let's see what. Mr. Medina, we've got some of his cases.
And then I hand you this sheet.
Ms. Farkas or Mr. Gase, do you have any more of yours? I think.
I did, Your Honor, I had, Kenneth.
I've got a few more no attorneys. Why don't we do those? Angel Castillo.
I can address Kenneth Jacobs, Your Honor. He was the one coming from the north end.
Okay.
Mr. Jacobs, as we speak. In abundance of caution, I went ahead and filed a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Okay.
His next court date is scheduled for April the 8th. He and I play phone tag, so he knows how to get a hold of me. So make an appointment before that next court date, okay? Thank you.
Sorry you had to rush all the way down. I appreciate you being here, but you stay in good contact with your attorney before the April and figure out kind of where you're going with this, okay?
Yes, sir, I apologize.
No, that's all right. You got you. Okay. Angel Castilla, if I'm pronouncing that right. 24 CF 91. Notice.
State's checking right now, Your Honor.
It looks like they're not going to see this file or Dustin Durrell.
Okay. State can make note of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not guilty. We'll continue this until 4/8. I assume it didn't say that. You need to. Okay. The one you had mentioned this before, Jareel Drones, Mr. Gates. Is that who you're familiar with that?
No, that's actually going to be either Ms. Farkas or Mr. Medina.
Okay. Come on. Are you Mr. Drones? Come on to the podium. Would the state announce the case?
What's the case, Your Honor? I apologize.
This is Drones, Jareel Drones, 24 CF 15.
Okay. This is
Stand in for Mr. Medina.
Mr. Jerry Jones, case number 24CF 000015, and the charge is aggravated battery.
Now, Ms. Farkas, I don't show that you've been appointed. We can get
Oh,
you.
the public defender hasn't been appointed at all?
Well, I don't think so, but we're going to ask him right
Okay.
now. I bet you he's going to.
No, sir. Nobody's talking to me or anything.
Okay,
So-
I'm sorry, misunderstood.
So today's is an arraignment to make a plea. But before we do that, we always start off by asking you whether you want an attorney. You have a right to an attorney. You can either hire one or a public defender will be appointed if you cannot afford one. You want me to appoint a public defender here today?
Yes, sir.
The court's going to appoint the public defender. I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. That preserves your rights, so we'll come back on April 8th
Yes, sir.
at 9 a.m. In the meantime, you meet up with your attorney, kind of figure out where you're going. You do have to fill out that application and leave it at the clerk's office before you leave, okay?
And that is...
First floor.
First floor?
First floor.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, if he wants to fill it out now, I can turn it in with the clerk before he leaves to make sure everything's filled
Okay,
out.
that'd
Whatever
be
they
good.
want to fit there as soon as possible.
Sit down and we'll turn it in.
We'll turn it in for you. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Gates. Michael Evans, Ms. Farkas, I think we've put that one on already. Were you expecting this to attendance?
I don't have any information to add, Your Honor.
You were just trying to, you could state?
Your Honor, the state's going to request a KPS.
As long as, was there a service? The reason why, normally I wouldn't ask for that for everyone, but for a while there, about 50% of them were not properly served. It looks like whoever's doing it is getting it straight.
Your Honor, the notice is filed in the signature bond paperwork in the clerk's site.
Very good. Court will issue a no bond case. Did we do group cut yesterday?
No, Your Honor, I was just
Is that the one you were
looking.
looking for?
Yes, Your Honor. I will simply say it looks like he does have a FTA in another county, so he may be incarcerated in another county. And without knowing more, I'm inclined to enter not guilty plea to give me time to look and make sure he's not incarcerated somewhere else. I'm looking at the first appearance paperwork. That's the only reason I'm saying that, Your Honor.
State?
Your Honor, the state's going to ask for a KPS.
So you're saying you think he might be incarcerated?
Yes, Your Honor. The first appearance paperwork references a, and I'll pull it up, and specifically it was pretrial services said the defendant wanted in Henry County for an FTA on a possession charge. So my concern is he might be incarcerated somewhere else, and I would just simply ask to let me enter not guilty plea. If he's not here on the next court date, court could take appropriate action at that point.
Yeah, but if you come back next time, somebody might argue, I know you wouldn't, but somebody might argue that he wasn't given notice of that date.
I would say, the court is correct. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you would, but I'm a little worried that he actually doesn't have notice of the next 4 years.
and all I can say is a signature bond, so somebody wouldn't be out there looking for him. But I would simply ask to let me try and track him down,
Okay.
and then go from there.
Okay, well, you're coming up with just a scintilla of reason why not issue a KPS. We've had a long week, so cut your some slack. We'll enter a not, you're going to be filing a written not.
Yes, sir. I will do that in the next 5 minutes.
And we'll come back at 4/8. Mr. Medina, I think you've got
Got a couple of out of custody,
Okay, you want to do them?
and then I've got in custody, and we've got a couple from this morning carried over that we're gonna do some things on.
You want to announce? You
Yeah,
want me to announce?
no, sorry, Judge, I was gonna get Creighton L. Anderson up.
Okay.
Mr. Anderson is approaching, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I don't have my docket. Should I get my docket?
No, that's all right. It's 23 CF 2828.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Anderson would like to plead not guilty. He can remain on the April 8th docket, and I'm giving him my card so he can set an appointment. And he's also going to go to fill out the application for the public defender, and I'm handing him the application.
Very good.
Okay, English. So call Vicki and make an appointment, sir, okay? Fill that out.
The court will enter the not guilty plea on behalf of the defendant and continue the matter until April 8th.
Thank you, Your Honor. Next is Trevor Black, and we have an agreement. Thank you. It is for a misdemeanor, Your Honor, so there will not be a score sheet. And there will not be probation under this agreement, Your Honor. I am making a photograph so I can announce the terms. May I approach, Your Honor? Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, under this terms of this agreement, Trevor Joe Black is resolving 24 CF 66 for an adjudication of guilt. I'm sorry, Judge, I did not check the nolo contendere box. May I have it back?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Your Honor, Mr. Black is pleading no contest to adjudication of guilt on a lesser included offense, possession of drug paraphernalia. I did request the state to give him a withhold because he has no priors. The state was not willing to do this. I'm still recommending he take it because it's a good deal in my opinion, and he believes it's in his best interest. The statutory reference on the paraphernalia is given, and it's $270 in court costs, $150 PD fees, and he would like 6 months to pay the monetary obligations before they go to collections.
And Your Honor, that is the state's agreement.
Mr. Black, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. If you put your hand up. Your terms of your plea agreement, and I see those are contained in the written plea agreement that you signed. So have you read this closely?
Yes, sir.
Gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Understand by entering this, you're waiving some valuable legal rights, right to go to trial, force the state to prove their case, all that.
Yes, sir.
Believe this is in your best interest?
Yes, sir, I do.
Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea here today to be an adjudication of guilt on a single count on the lesser included offense of possession of drug paraphernalia in the statutory site that's in there for the clerk. And then as a result of that, you're required to pay court costs, PD fee, 6 months to pay the fines and fees before it goes to collections. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Copy. Thank you.
Days ahead, about getting it paid off. Yeah.
Bring
6
one of
months
the-
before it goes against your license.
You want to bring one of the inmates?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready for inmates. I did note that I was not aware, because I've been out of the courtroom, did Mercy, last name Arzu Lambert, make an appearance when the interpreter was here? Because I had Spanish interpreter for that individual's name. The last name A-R-Z-U Lambert. That may be an FTA, Your Honor. Mercy, first name. I don't have any information.
Interpreter did not see her.
Is she here?
She did not make herself known.
Mercy R. Lambert, Arzu Lambert, please identify yourself. Not present, Your Honor.
I don't have her on my list. Oh, yeah, no, there it is.
I had a file, that's all I know, Your Honor, sorry.
No, you're right, I got it. So,
I know this was given on the bond report.
state,
Your Honor, the state's requesting a KPS.
court will issue a no bond KPS. What's next, Mr.?
I'm ready for inmates, Your Honor.
So
What about Raymond Allen?
Right, sir.
You want to do
Yeah, I
that?
think we did.
Oh, yes, I originally thought he was an inmate, but he bonded out, so we will take him, Your Honor.
Okay.
I was looking for him, but thankfully he's got his freedom, so. Your Honor, I haven't met with Mr. Allen, but we will just go ahead and enter a not guilty plea, and I'll give him my card, and he'll fill out the public defender application if he hasn't already done it.
We done that, that's all I got you.
Okay, well, good. And we'll just enter not guilty pleas on April 8th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. So the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf that preserves your rights. Get together with your attorney and come back April 8th.
Yes, sir,
Make sure
thank
we
you.
meet up.
Thank you.
What's your next one, Bob?
I have Andrews, Payne, and Dorsey. He also has Mr. Brundage, but he is no longer in custody.
But you have Jessica Baum?
Yes, she's in custody, Your Honor. We can
I
take
have her back, but I've got the mails in.
That's all right, that's good. So what do you got, Andrews?
Andrews, Payne, and Dorsey. Dorsey was a holdover from this morning.
Was Andrews this morning? Andrews, Payne, and what's the other one? Dorsey? Are those all from this morning?
No, just Dorsey, Your Honor. Dorsey and female Benning were the only two that I'm aware of from the morning.
Andrews and Payne were add-ons.
Actually, what happened was Payne was supposed to be transported this morning, but he didn't get transported. My assistant noticed he wasn't on the transport list, and they were able to get him here for the afternoon at 1:30.
I just don't have him, you'll have to.
Yes, Judge. So he might still be on the morning docket, but you can take whoever you want, sir.
Mr. Andrews?
I don't think Andrews has the public defender. Oh, this is the gentleman from yesterday, I'm sorry. I don't have his file, Your Honor, because I was here so late, I didn't transfer his file over.
This was on a status call, whenever.
Okay.
So give me just a moment, Your Honor. I had made notes for myself about Mr. Andrews' case, and I have to find where I'm in this mess. So, Your Honor, yeah, this is a 23 CF 1922. This is the case, if Your Honor will remember, there was a competency issue pending, and the court placed him on this docket for us to look at it. I think the state's going to ask for a second evaluation in this case, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, does the court want to go ahead and send him back and then bring him back? Would that, it is going to take, or can the court just?
We don't need him to come back.
We didn't.
To issue a bond if he's got representation.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So
he can just go back, all right? Okay, thank you. So we're just advising personnel is that we're going to submit a order to the court to get him out of jail today. Thank you.
He had family here yesterday, didn't he?
I don't remember that being the case, Your Honor. I think that might have been somebody else.
I know we had a lot of folks. Mr. Andrews, do you have someplace to go if you're let out?
Yes.
Where do you have to go? Your daughter?
Pensacola.
Pensacola? Do you have some people that can come get you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, or Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm gonna, just to help him out, I'm gonna put 4/8/24 at 9 a.m. and give him a piece of paper with his next court date.
Very good.
And then we'll go ahead and work on the order in just a little while, okay? So that way you know your next court date.
Court will tell me
is
the
just-
order terms, I will do that now.
Huh? No, I've got a form for it, super easy, because we've done it twice today.
Well, I'm just saying, if you let me do it, you can do your other stuff too.
I got the form on my computer, I'm in my computer.
I appreciate it.
Figured I could try.
So,
Mr. Payne?
Payne, I don't have Payne, so some kind of.
Yes, Payne was from the morning docket, Your Honor. Cornelius L. Payne. They didn't transport him, so we reached out to get him transported for the afternoon. His wife is present in the courtroom, Your Honor.
What is the case number?
This 21 CF 200, Cornelius L. Payne, Payne from the morning docket. It's a VOP. On Mr. Payne, I wanted to ask what the state's offer was.
I'm sorry, I don't have that information.
Cornelius L. Payne.
Is that on this morning?
Yes, ma'am, it was on the morning docket. It was on the, it's a VOP.
I'm sorry, I'm checking my score sheet. I don't really have that. Your Honor, the state's offer in this case is going to be incarceration.
Is what?
It's going to be incarceration,
Like jail or DOC?
DOC.
Your Honor, he'll enter a not guilty plea.
Is it a VOP?
It's a VOP.
So that's a denial?
Your Honor, there are some issues that he's going to be communicating to me. I've already talked to his wife. There are at least some of the grounds for the VOP that related to charges in Alabama that were dismissed. He made a substantial payment on his monetary payments. He may have other theories that I'll evaluate. And so if we could, rather than waiting a long time, we'll put him on March 14th. We'll try to sort it out then.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Excuse me. Can I speak?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Arguing with me about what I was trying to tell you about my case. Am I supposed to?
Your Honor, I'm recommending that Mr. Payne just allow the denial to be entered and...
I want to fire him. I don't want him as my lawyer.
You can file Nelson here. If you don't want him, you can file. You know where Nelson is, don't you?
I'm not even from here, like, I don't even have a probation officer in Florida. My probation officer is in Alabama. It was stipulated in my stuff that it was
You're
$600.
on probation here because you were violated here.
I'm saying though, but I don't have a probation officer here. I got, my stuff was, what you call that,
Your Honor, his probation might have been transferred and is being supervised by Alabama, but he does have a probation officer in Florida.
that's what I'm saying, like, so my probation officer in Alabama never violated me because I already went to court for this, and they ran my time. I still got a suspended sentence for this. So if I get another one, that'll be double jeopardy.
Your Honor,
Your attorney's trying to help you out. This is a procedural plea day. We're not going to get into the substance of cases, okay? We've already had close to 100 cases today. Some days we don't do procedure. So figure out what you're doing and then we'll come back, okay?
How you doing, Mr. Jason?
Pretty good, Mr. Payne.
You know that about my case last time. You know, I paid the $600. I don't even supposed to be on probation. It's also crazy.
Your Honor, if I may be excused.
No. You may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
May I also be excused, Your Honor?
And you're going on as, yes.
We got court Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday to go prepare for, so.
never stops. I haven't had time to pull
You know,
up.
Mr. Gates, whenever you're in court, guess who else is in court?
Your Honor.
Me. Thank you for your hard work.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, same with you.
Your Honor, I'm just looking for Mr. Dorsey's file. Your Honor, Mr. William B. Dorsey was held over from the morning docket. Basically, we've reached a plea and sentence agreement with the state that I've been over with Mr. Dorsey. You don't have any questions? That's not applicable. You don't have any questions. Your Honor, he's signing the agreement.
Okay.
There will be a revised score sheet, Your Honor.
Date on it?
It's updated.
Okay.
Your Honor, actually, there will not need to be a score sheet because it's a misdemeanor deal. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Should have got a copy.
Thank you.
Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement, William Brian Dorsey is resolving 23 CF 1458 with a plea of no contest to an adjudication of guilt to a misdemeanor conviction for third DUI offense, more than 10 years from second conviction. The statutory reference is given. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. That's on count one. So count one, instead of having a felony DUI, will have a misdemeanor DUI. Counts. And then there will be 11 months, 29 days probation with JCS on count one. There will be $2,000 fine, multi-offender DUI school, victim impact panel, maintain gainful employment or complete 2 applications per week. There would be a 10-year driver's license suspension. I don't think the state will object to the hardship license order, which
No, Your Honor.
so I'm going to, in a moment, present that to the court, Your Honor.
I'm a little confused with that. If you're agreeing to a 10-year the license suspension, and you're asking court to basically have them consider giving him a license.
That's a hardship license.
The hardship license.
You're talking about for use for work.
Yes, it's for
Business
employment.
purposes only.
It's business purposes only or employment purposes only.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's subject to DMV regulations, so that'll be up to DMV what he has to do. If anything will qualify for a hardship license, it would be under their statutes.
How do they handle issues such as this? You've got it.
I can't give them DMV advice. I think that it's customary that they want somebody to complete their DUI requirements, but there may be other limitations. Sometimes DMV has minimum numbers of months or years before you can even apply for a hardship license. So it's really under DMV.
It's under DMV, and they have their own qualifications, Your Honor. So I don't, and I don't know what those qualifications are. The state's simply agreeing that if he's eligible, and the court doesn't object, that he may obtain a hardship license from DMV, but if he's eligible, it's up to DMV.
And, Your Honor, there also...
Would counsel approach?
For looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Yes, Judge, I didn't finish announcing. I think I'll start again at 11 months, 29 days probation with JCS. That's us to count 1. There will be $2,000 fine, multi-offender DUI school, victim impact panel, maintain gainful employment, or complete 2 applications a week. 10-year driver's license suspension, subject to the hardship order that I'm going to provide. 2 years ignition interlock, 90-day vehicle impound, 30 days Okaloosa County Jail with credit for time served, which has been served. 6 months Okaloosa County Jail on counts 2 and 3 with credit for time served, which has already been served.
That's the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Dorsey, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. They're in right here, and you signed that. Make sure you've signed it. Everybody signed it? Well, everybody except the state attorney and the public defender.
Sorry, Judge.
It's all right. At least
I thought I had signed, and I wrote all over it, Judge. And then didn't
While
sign
you're
it.
signing it, I'll continue to ask you some questions. So you heard him say this, and if you had a chance to go over this in detail with your attorney, make sure you had your legal,
Yes, sir.
all your legal questions, because there's a lot of legal
I understand.
stuff in here.
I understand, Your Honor.
Waiving some rights, given up the right to go to a trial. You good with all that? You believe this in your best
Yes, sir.
interest to
I
enter
do.
into this? I know you're about ready to get out. Maybe the understatement?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Orders here.
Okay.
I do not have a truck anymore, so we don't have to worry about,
Driving.
or the 90-day impound or any of that.
Your
My
Honor.
truck got sold at auction.
I advise him that if he gets title during the period of probation or otherwise, DMV may require that to be
He's gonna have to do the 90-day impound if he obtains the car.
Right.
He'll have to.
Okay.
Okay.
And Your Honor, this, just putting on the record, this moots the verified motion for dismissal of the felony aspects of count 1.
Very good. Okay. So, based upon this, based upon your testimony and your understanding of this plea agreement, the court will accept the plea agreement. There'll be an adjudication of guilt to the lesser included misdemeanor, third DUI, based on the statutory cite that's in the plea agreement, and counts 2 and 3 as charged. You'll receive 11 29 months probation, $2,000 fine, multi-offender DUI, number of things are in here, 2 years ignition interlock, 10 days in the Okaloosa County Jail, 6 months in the Okaloosa County Jail for counts 2 and 3. You get credit for time served in all these, and apparently you've done all of that already, so you've been in for a while.
231 days.
Your Honor, just to clarify, that the court, I believe, just now said 10 days Okaloosa County Jail on count 1, but it was 30 under the agreement. Just he's got the
it's stuck in the 10.
Yes, the 10 related to the years
Sure,
of driver's
that's
license
right,
suspension.
that's right. 30 days, thank you, Okaloosa County Jail, and then 6 months in the county jail on counts 2 and 3. But the key is that you'll get credit for time served on all of these, and you're done with it. Okay, you don't have any follow-up. Well, that's not true. You got the year of probation, and all these other things you've got to do during the term of probation. So, the only thing I would say to you, take your time when you get out and start working on these things, so you don't have to fool around with this stuff anymore. I know it's going to be kind of a pain in the rear for the next couple of years to try and do these things, but it's important to do. Okay, any questions?
Your Honor, I gave him the card for Judicial Correction Services so he can know where to go when he gets out of jail.
Okay, questions?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Right this way, Mr. Dorsey.
Good luck.
And the court is signing the order on the dealing with the license.
Thank you.
This is Jessica Baum, Judge.
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Jessica A. Baum, B-A-U-M, 23 CF 2814. Your Honor, the state's offer is a guidelines offer, 21.150 months. She has no priors. We're certainly pleading not guilty on that. I would ask for Ms. Sharpless to indicate Cindy Myers with the 90-day program. Cindy is with Mental Health Pretrial Services, but she also officiates from the staff point of view the 90-day program. And they are willing to evaluate her. Is Ms. Sharpless okay with that evaluation for the 90-day program? They just need yours to say you were okay with the evaluation being done.
I was still in talks about that. I'll get with you about that later.
Okay. Your Honor, what I'll do then is we'll just plead not guilty, and she's on, I guess she should be on April 10. I will advise the court that if we don't get the 90-day program evaluation process moving forward to where she's going to get bond, I'll probably be putting her on the first available bond hearing, which is probably going to be mid-March or something like that. She's really struggling in jail, for various reasons. It's very much a difficult situation for her. I'm mindful of that. I was hoping we'd get her in the 90-day program because that has certain support and housing and so forth based on information I had. But I'm going to not wait long to file the bond motion, and hopefully we can make some progress because the 90-day program might be an excellent program for her, and that Ms. Myers will explain it to her and she can make a decision. So, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Miss Benning is in the feed. You ready for her?
Yes, sir.
Miss Benning?
Benning.
Come on.
Is that from this morning?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I approach with an agreement that's been stipulated?
You may.
I didn't state the case name and number, Your Honor. Is that the court?
I'd like to work on a letter by transaction.
You're gonna.
You want me to announce the case?
Yes, if you don't mind.
23 CF 224.
In that, it's Sarah Ben Boenning.
Miss Benning. Linnea, Sarah Linnea, Miss Benning.
Okay. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the court has an order that has been stipulated to for the court's consideration to get her out of jail. It requires a number of things, including you're going to have to cooperate with John Barnes, who's the forensic officer who comes up with restoration plans. Okay, your case isn't over with, and you're going to be put on the April 8. Is April 8 okay with her?
April 8.
Okay, you're going to be put on the April 8 docket, and I'm writing it on paper. Okay, so you have to come to.
Because I'd like to validate our DCA, our district court attorney, and I'd like to alleviate some of this stay on such a
So, as it relates to the
proceeding.
stipulated RWAR order, the court has reviewed the order and the court is signing it. It will allow Ms. Benning to get out of jail today.
And that's subject to whenever
condition.
mental pretrial services can get up with her, because they'll
Correct.
probably have to go over things with her.
Is this a notified little so I will, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to get out. You're getting out. They're going to talk to you. Thank you. Do you want to take your paperwork? Do you want to take that?
This is for you, so I will attempt to.
Oh, no, you keep it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just positive you keep it.
It is a letter by transaction, the 3% post-consumer content.
Take this too, because it's your next court date, April 8, 9 a.m., okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I need to do a similar order. It's going to take me a minute. I hate to delay things, but
I have a couple things I need to clear on.
Sure.
it's just going to, I'll have to go to the printer.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Mr. Andrews.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Earlier, I appeared on Taylor Dixon. We resolved
Was
the
that this afternoon or this morning?
We resolved it this morning. I apologize. There were 4 VOPs. He had a new law charge that our office had not yet been assigned to, and I received an email from the state attorney on it, but I missed it because I was running around. We were supposed to add an adjudication of guilt in the new law case, which Mr. Dixon knew about, but of course it's not in the plea agreement that we signed because I didn't write it in. I missed it, and our office hadn't been assigned, and so I was just informed that he's already been transported back to OCJ. So unfortunately, I think he's not going to get out today as he expected. I don't know that there's anything I can do about that.
So that's the new law charge of these,
Yes. So he had been arrested on violations of probation for a technical violation, and then there was a new law case as well that our office wasn't assigned to, and so
What was the bond that he received on the new law case?
I will find out.
If the other cases were resolved and he got a bond on the new law case, which often is done, he can still bond out. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. It's $2,500 cash or professional,
That's something.
I believe. That's the only one. Is that it?
There's one, it's the 24 CF 32.
That's it, just 25.
Yes. So hopefully he's able to make that. Otherwise, I guess either way, we need to put the case on for a date so that he can enter the plea in the new law as he was supposed to today.
When do we want to put it on for?
Can we do next week?
Absolutely.
If we could put it on for next week, I'll find a way to make sure that he knows.
What do we have on our miscellaneous next week?
So are we entering a not guilty plea on that today?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, start with that.
22nd is fine.
22nd, is that in the afternoon? We were supposed to be doing short hearings in the afternoon, I was informed. We put those in improperly. And the scheduler for, right back to my office. So let's do it, put it in the afternoon of the 20th. Let's just do it in the morning on
It'll be very quick. I will have the, agreement all written up and everything. Thank you.
You got something else?
There's a Mr. Finkley. I'm not sure I think his case was called, but he didn't hear it. He's unrepresented. He's been waiting in the audience. Finkley, F-I-N.
Finkley, yes, I remember that one. I don't remember when I did it, this morning or this afternoon.
It was this afternoon, Your Honor.
It was?
Yes.
Somebody's organized here. There you go. Were you here all day? Or
No, sir, I came at 1:30.
Today?
Yes, sir.
We did call you, I'm sorry. Glad you got it corrected, because there was a capias. We'll withdraw the capias. So, this is case number 24 CF23. This is an arraignment day to make a plea. But to begin with, you have first thing you have to do is figure out what you're doing with regard to an attorney. You have the right to have an attorney, and certainly highly recommended. If you can't afford one, we'll appoint the public defender. So that's the first order of business. You want to have an attorney appointed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the court will will appoint the public defender. And what I'm going to do on these new law charts, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea in your behalf.
Thank you, sir.
That protects your rights, and then we'll come back on our regular plea day, not plea day, our pre-trial day on April 8th at 9 a.m. And in the meantime, you can meet up with your attorney and kind of figure out where you're going.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Sorry for the next time. We'll withdraw the cases.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. How we doing, Mr. Medina?
I'm sending it to the printer, a minute, Your Honor.
Okay. Where's the printer?
It's on the second floor.
You want me to go back to my office and do that Zoom for that bond hearing with Mr. Who's going to appear for it on the stage? You? How are you going to do that?
I don't have the Zoom link, so.
I thought they would just, it's the jail just comes up, that's not Zoom, is it? I thought it was.
We could turn this on, no problem, Judge, it's not an issue.
I thought.
I don't have the number to.
Yeah, he has to let him in.
It's just like first appearance,
Why
right?
don't you, it's a regular Zoom link.
For like first appearance.
How easy to get it to you? Email it to you. You do it here, you have to go back to your office.
Yes, Your Honor, by the time,
Okay, if you want to,
I'll
Michelle, you can come to my office and just do it in chambers.
All right, please.
Is that all your? Yeah.